out taking the dog for a morning walk, and this is the park that is near the campsite. So really massive area for playing, but not only this area, they also have a children's beach. How amazing is that? So they can paddle and play, stepping stones, they can learn science. Ian's informed me that's Archimedes' screw that delivers water by turning it and catching it in those spirals and then bringing it out at the other end. How cool is this? Free entertainment in summer. Just bring a picnic and stay all day. Big spiders. They have even got changing rooms, cafe and showers in that block in the summer. There's barbecue pits all around the edge, so you can just sit on the walls, put your barbecue in the middle so it doesn't cause any danger, and they're all the way around. As well as the park areas and swimming areas, you've got a climbing wall and an activity area over here with suspension bridges and swings to slide back into across the water. And it's all free. So we really like the way they've spread everything out so the families are not clumped together in one small area. I think this is probably the nicest free family activity park that I've seen. Well done, Netherlands. An adventure area. Probably waterfalls in summer.
They're swimming in there.
No, what do you suppose all that blue area is? Let's go and have a look. Having a good walk, Delilah? Oh yes, Mother. I like a good walk before we have to set off in the van again. Oh, we're going to Belgium in a couple of hours, to Antwerp. So this is our morning walk before we get there. Looks like a canal lock system. So it is mushroom season as well, and we've seen lots of people picking mushrooms all in the different countries, and here we have a huge group of mushrooms. So I will admit I've never picked any myself. I'm just far too nervous. So yeah, it's another play area, but it's teaching the children about the lock system. So all the way along you've got lock gates. Central pool at the top, and then it comes out into the stream at the bottom. Do you remember when you was a kid? I don't know if you did it. Whenever we went to a stream paddling, we always got stones and made a dam and tried to stop the water from coming up so we could make a little pool. Hi, we're Caroline and Ian, a British couple who gave up work, sold our house, gave away our possessions, and are now looking to spend our 5th winter doing van life.
So come and join us and see how Christian faith and van life work together.
On a wing and a prayer.
You're looking like a tourist.
That's because I'm going round in circles.
I know, we're trying to find a shop that's supposed to be 100 yards away from the place that we've parked up, but can't find it anywhere. So this is Belgium. And oh, alright, don't come close.
We didn't make Antwerp. Can you hear me though?
Yeah.
We didn't make Antwerp, unfortunately, in the van because you need a green sticker for air emissions, and we haven't got one. So we're outside of Antwerp. It's 11 miles outside.
11 miles out of Antwerp, right? And I heard something about this bridge, but I don't know what it is. What? Something about this bridge, but I'm not 100% what it's about. I'll see if we can get some information, put it up for you. So, yep, it's
really cool that. So you've got very, very modern structures just slotted in between these really old structures. I think that's aesthetically pleasing.
That's yes, I would think so if I could say it too, my love. Oh, a lot of lovely buildings here. What I say to you is, watch the butterfly.
It's animatronic.
Are you watching? Dun dun dun! Oh, that's beautiful! Some lovely buildings here. You see that one there? Just took a picture of earlier on. This looks like the town square or something. Very nice. So this is the camper stop at night. Has benches at the side. So if you're in need of having a sit down and having a cup of tea, that's great. Yep, you can see some of these vans are rather large, aren't they? I mean, these two are buses. Lights on down there at night, and what we have is a supermoon. That's what they've said. And it is shining for all to see. Today and tomorrow is a supermoon, and then I think they called it the harvest moon. It was the harvest moon. So quiet night here, I think. Delilah, quiet night tonight. Cool. She's upset because she's been stealing. Naughty girly. Well, all this might look like scrubland. I probably think, whoa, you're away anywhere in this. Oh, let's start that again. Okay, might be looking at all these dunes thinking, where the heck are they now? They seem to have found somewhere in the wilderness, a long way away from anywhere. It's actually the view that I'm showing you of the dunes of Dunkirk. And just over those dunes there, you might be able to see a little bit, is where all the boats came over from England to save the soldiers. And this is where all the fighting and everything, or most of the fighting, took place, in the dunes around Dunkirk. Some of these dunes would be caused by bombers coming over, and we were just saying it was only in like one lifetime ago. So our grandparents or our own parents would have been around in 44, 45, when the young men of England were sent to war around this area. And as you can see, they've now built some hotels and things there. And we're just going to go down to the beach of Dunkirk. So still going through these dunes here at Flanders. And if you listen carefully, you can hear the sea. And the thing about the sea is that when the soldiers were trying to get back, they might have heard that, and that would have given them real hope of the fact that they were, they've probably been told that boats were coming out to collect them, and but they still had dangers in these areas. Here's one, like a brick building here. That one could have been anything. Well, we've been going through these dunes and we've already got lost twice, so I can imagine how disorientating it must have been when there was all sorts of noises and things going off. And well, there you go. Well, after moving this morning, an hour and a half down the road, we have come to a museum. We've gone further inland into France. And this museum looks massive. The only problem with this museum is, when you look at all this space, nowhere to park. So we've had to park on the side of the road, leave Delilah for a bit, and we'll go and see what this museum has to offer. first offer is it's free.
We're in the Louvre Gallery in Lens, and they've got a installation that we've come to see on exile, and they take it right back to the first people who were in exile, which was Adam and Eve, and then it goes right through the Bible times, all the different people who were in exile, and then looks at the modern day problem with refugees. So this map behind me has been made up of thousands and thousands of stamps, of passport stamps. That's a bit how I'm feeling at the minute. We've done 10 countries in 6 weeks, so sometimes I don't even know where I'm up to, but obviously I'm safe and I've got somewhere to go at the end of it all. This is called The Invisible Writings of the Sea. It was a guy who was a nomad who spent most of his life travelling, and whenever he was on his travels he would buy notebooks and dip them in the water and see what happened. So you can see that they're all slightly different colours as the different minerals in the sea have written their own text. This is the migrants crossing the sea. How bleak and dark it is. And it shows that even on the other side there may not be the hope that they were longing for. It is huge, this installation. It's our last day in France and we're here at Calais. We catch the tunnel tomorrow morning, and normally when we come to Calais we come from a different side and we park at a little village, and we've never ever had any problems. This side a little bit different. We've just been to a garage to get gas and pet and diesel. So we've got the van full, ready for travelling tomorrow. And yeah, a bit alarming really. There was a big gang of 8 guys, all in their late teens, early 20s, quite big guys, really strong looking guys. And when I went in to pay and Ian was putting the gas on, they started to come round the van and they kept walking round the van. And the lady in the shop said, "Madam, please go and check your van. There are many men around it and we have called the police." So I came over to Ian, he was still filling with gas, and said, "Is everything okay?" He said, "I'm just watching what's going on." I think they thought the door for the van was on the other side, which it normally is in British models, but this is a German model. Anyway, we filled up with gas and we left, and the guys were obviously trying to get rides wherever they could. They then went over to a lorry who had their door open, and yeah, it just brings everything home. Such many mixed feelings. I mean, I've recently read of one couple who realised that somebody had got into the van and was hiding, and phoned the police, and they actually had to pay a fine for smuggling, and it was like £1,000. So it's really mixed feelings. One of you wants to help people who are vulnerable, but I must admit these guys did not look vulnerable at all. Extremely well dressed for cold weather, very muscular. Yeah, just really well kept and very strong guys. So it just makes you open up a whole realm of things, especially with us being to the museum the other week and learning about exiles and the history of exiles. So yeah, I thought I'd share that with you because it's not something you come across every day. Well, this is a morning that we really were not expecting at all.
Have a word this.
So first of all, we went to Delilah's passport. The vet had written the tablet that he'd given her for worming on the wrong page. That meant that we then had to have... Well, we're in the tunnel, going through, but it wasn't without its problems getting in the tunnel.
Again.
We've had 2 major problems. So first problem was Delilah's passport. The vet who gave her worming tablet wrote it in the wrong place. We then had to wait while that was sorted. We were given 4 pages of paper to explain what the problem was that we now have to keep with the passport. And we thought, well, you always get a problem, that's it, that's us done. Until
Dun, dun, dun.
we got to passport control.
Aye, they turned around and told us we've outstayed our welcome, thank you very much, which is really crazy, because we were really under the impression that Bulgaria has not fully joined the Schengen yet, and every single piece of write-up to do with the Schengen says that Bulgaria...
Sorry, that's me. Go on, sorry, love.
They say that Bulgaria, only the airport and the ports are actually covered at the moment for Schengen, which means that the rest of it is not Schengen yet. But Mr.
Jobsworth.
Passport Control Jobsworth man, we might as well have a dig while he took so much money off us, is convinced that he knows his job better than what it says on all the pieces of paper. So anyone travelling to Bulgaria, please be aware, or Romania, that they count them now as fully in the Schengen.
So what this meant to us was that we had outstayed our welcome, which meant there were penalties. The penalties could consist of a fine, deportation, and imprisonment, and a stamp on your passport that would not allow you back into the Schengen again.
Yeah. So we become gangsters.
So
basically, our thought was that when we were in Bulgaria, with it being non-Schengen, that we'd stay for 90 days and then we'd travel, taking less than 3 months to travel back to the UK. So we felt that we were well in our time. But unfortunately, they've counted the time in Bulgaria, which we spent 90 days already in.
So they've fined us each £198, and then they've stamped the passport.
€198, my love.
My fear was that the stamp on the passport would mean we were not allowed back into the Schengen areas, which is basically the whole of Europe now, nearly. So anyway, that was not the case. She explained to me this stamp means that the problem has been solved, that you have paid your fine and the problem doesn't arise anymore.
Which means that we can get back to our house. Otherwise we wouldn't have been able to.
But yeah, what a hoo-ha. So basically €400 or thereabouts, and 2 hours in passports controls with a very nasty guy who kept saying you are crazy, and in the end I challenged him and I said to him, I find you very rude and offensive, stop saying the word crazy. Anyway, he didn't say it again after that, so he learnt a few manners, didn't he?
Oh, well, until the next person turns up. So just to clarify that was €190 each for being outside, being in the Schengen for far too long.
And a load of hoo-ha and 2 hours in passport control. So, UK.
It's all been fun.
We're coming to get ya.